Hello and welcome back to Catch and Cook California. Today we're digging for gaper clams.
Size of that.
Ways alive.
Before we get started, here are the winners of the giveaway. The flint and steel kit went to Joseph Pacowell, I hope I'm saying that right, and the bow drill kit went to Joe Goes Fishing. So 2 Joes this week. Congratulations. Look at our about section and you'll find the email. Just send us an email, let us know that you're the winner, and we will make sure that we send that out to you. So, it is currently bivalve shellfish quarantine, which means the mussels are in quarantine. That's because you're eating the entire individual. We're gonna go for clams. We're gonna remove the guts. We're only eating the white meat. Call that biotoxin information hotline ahead of time, and that way you can be sure that you're getting good choice clams that are not toxic. One just squirted right here. I can see the top of the siphon. So I'm going to keep in mind that it's got this red algae here, so I know exactly where that one is. There's another one right here. Check it out, guys. That's a clam neck. That's a clam neck. Ready? See it move? Yeah. Here. So that's what you're looking for in that diameter right there. That's a good size horseneck clam. Here you can see that I'm using a clam gun. What I'm doing is I'm using this clam gun. Basically I'm going over the top of it until I hit something hard. Put my thumb over that hole and that creates a seal. And then I can get rid of that column. Now because I hit something hard, it's either an old shell or that's the top of this one, but I don't think so. Oh yeah, there he is. I think that might be a Washington because he's pretty shallow. So these clam guns, they really make a big difference. This might actually be a dead one. We'll see here in a second.
Would that be dead?
That's a live Washington. So yeah, there's different types of clam guns that you can use. Some of them have like a little tube inside you can pull. But this is all you need. It works really well. You can use that to dig ghost shrimp as well. That's perfect. This is like the typical stuffed clam species. You can see when I'm pushing down on that how the water's coming out. That's the hole from a ghost shrimp, which you can see right here. Really good bait for sturgeon and rockfish and things like that. We're gonna put it back. What I'll do is I'll walk along, and then when I see a squirt, I just keep my eyes on that spot, and I do not break eye contact because you will lose the spot. What?
It squirted at me.
I've already got 3 clams in the bag. I've only been here for about 10 minutes. So that's cool.
That's one. This is one. This is one. You look ridiculous.
But yeah, so I broke this one. It's a gaper clam. It's a horse neck. I'm gonna keep it. We'll give it a good rinse, and then there's still a lot of meat in the neck. We'll get some meat out of the body as well. So what happens is it'll be like this. The neck will contract, and you'll feel it at the bottom. And then if you're to the point where you don't want to get the clam gun because it's just too wide, you don't want to break it, what you can do is you just start digging down the side and then dig on this side. Try not to run your hands here, or you'll get cut. And then once you get it like this, grab a hold of it and wiggle it back and forth like that. And get your hand deeper and deeper and deeper until finally bring it on out. Oh, that is a big one. And there.
Yeah,
And
they're
there.
everywhere.
And there. Alright, should we try this one? I suppose we can drop down, grab this one, and then just dig this way.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a big one right there too.
Yeah.
I just saw him drop right here. So you can see the diameter of the hole. 2 fingers. It's a good indicator you got a big clam there. And I can feel his neck right now. I just want to take the first column out. And then I'm just going to see, do I feel the shell yet? Because I don't want to keep going if I feel the shell. Otherwise I risk breaking that. Yeah, you find these like colonies where there's just tons of them right next to each other. It's pretty cool. Obviously, waders would be a good way to go. I still haven't broke down and bought some. I think I need to.
It's more like, can you find some your size?
Yeah, that's the trick. Yeah, let me know. Do you know a company that makes waders in size 15? Because my feet are huge. Got him. Here he comes. There it is. That's a good size horse neck. Remember, horse necks, Washingtons, we call them gapers, also include gooey ducks. These are not gooey ducks, though they look very similar. Gooey ducks have a very small shell for the amount of meat, so it can't even hardly enclose most of the meat. But they're really good. These also make excellent sashimi, especially the neck. Hear that? Mm. So I stopped because I heard the shell kind of crunch.
Yeah, I heard it too.
And I don't want to break the shell for no reason. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so the clam gun, it's like 20 bucks, or you can make it for like $5 at the hardware store. Makes your life a hell of a lot easier. All right. Yeah, this is definitely a Washington. I can feel the texture on the shell. It's got a lot more deep furrows. And there it is. And then you'll know that it's alive because obviously you can see the mantle there.
Show the mantle.
You can see the mantle right there. Perfect. Well, that's not good. Just drop the phone into a pool in here. Hopefully it's okay. Anyway, I just got my limit of horseneck clams. I've got 3 Washingtons. Like, there's so much gravel around here. Look how frustrating this is. There's no way we'll get it. You can see that big oval hole, almost 2 fingers wide. Over here, you can see the very small, delicate siphon of the Washington. We're gonna get in here, see if we can move this entire big rock. If we can, then that might be our access point. It's going down right here. There's your steamer clam. We can't keep those right now though. Because those you eat whole, and therefore you eat the gut. Yeah, we're not keeping these right now because you have to eat the whole individual, just like you would a mussel. And if you do that, you're getting that concentrated dose of potential domoic acid. On this trip, we had to stop 2 different groups of people digging for clams that were specifically targeting steamers because they didn't understand that if you eat these little clams, you're eating the gut and therefore a concentrated dose of potential neurotoxins. So please, please, please pay attention to that biotoxin information hotline. Otherwise, it's kind of like walking through the woods and picking a random mushroom, throwing it in your mouth and hoping for the best. During the summer especially, if you go out and just eat clams without calling ahead of time, you may in fact get a clam that is so toxic that it can cause amnesia, paralysis, and very often death. Alright, so I'm filling back in the hole here. There are 3 legal steamer clams. I'm gonna put those back in here too. And that way, this stays sustainable. So we're gonna put them back with rocks. So it's not just mud, because that's what steamer clams like. So not huge, but it's a nice little clam. Tegula usually, black tegula, they're like that size, right? I'm gonna put that one back on the rock here. But look at the size of this guy in comparison. So like, that's a lot of meat. We're definitely making something out of the tegula today.
I want takoyaki again.
We made sort of a takoyaki style. And that video kind of went under the radar, which I'm amazed by, because that was absolutely exquisite. That was one of the best things we made all year. So if you didn't get a chance to check that one out, check that video out. That was delicious.
What'd you find?
Big old Washington, just ready to go. Still relaxed. So I flip these big rocks, and that's where I'll find those Washingtons, not too deep. But I always put these back after I've dug them up, because this whole area is an ecosystem on its own. Instead, I'm gonna let it squirt a bunch, and I'm gonna try and get these other rocks out of the way. So this is the trick, right? Is finding where the clam is, not cutting yourself to pieces on all the rocks. Bam! Número 6. Yeah, so clamming's not for everybody. It's dirty, but it's super fun and very rewarding, even though your hands get beat to hell. Here you can see I'm processing a Washington clam. I didn't film processing a horse neck because the cleaning process is exactly the same. But what I'm doing is separating the adductor muscles. There's one located on both sides of the shell. And once those are separated, I go through and I remove all of the dark meat. So this includes the gut, the gills, and any other potential dark parts, excluding the neck. The neck of the clam is then thrown into boiling water for about 20 seconds, then thrown into ice water, and this allows us to remove the dark skin from the exterior, exposing the white meat. The last step of this process is just giving it a solid rinse under the faucet and making sure that there's no more residual sand. Okay, so stuffed clams. It's like Atlantic style. I think they do it with what they call like quahogs. But these are Washingtons, butter clams, and then we've also like cut up some of the horse necks and thrown it in there too. All kinds of goodies. Some bell pepper, some garlic, some goodies, and got breadcrumbs on top. No, it's just perfect. It's good. Nice flavors, right?
It's almost like a dry clam chowder.
Yeah, it kind of is, right? All those chowdery kind of flavors but you're just really getting into the clam. Yeah. I like the thyme and the chives.
Should do this.
Put it on the lettuce.
Lettuce wrap.
She's being so healthy. Yeah, this is a good appetizer. I could see doing this at a party. Just a bunch of these. A lot of times we'll do something like this, catch a whole bunch of stuff, and then we have a little cook. This is obviously not everything that we caught. We have a ton of clams in the freezer now, so we'll break those out for another recipe a little bit later. But man, this is cool.
This is really good.
Yeah, kind of fun trying something new, and I like
How do you
these.
know it was East Coast?
Oh yeah, I saw a video. I'll put a link in the description. This dude from a restaurant back east in Rhode Island called the Clam, and he shows how to do this. And he was like, "Yeah, this is kind of classic, like East Coast, Rhode Island, kind of Italian inspired." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds good. Give it a try." This is good. That clam's got great flavor, great texture. We already did the clam linguine. We've already done clam chowder. I figured we'd have to try something new, but I agree. If you just took this and dumped it on some pasta, it'd be so good. Thanks for watching. You can clam throughout the year as long as you call that biotoxin information hotline. Make sure there's no closures. There is currently a closure in Humboldt, Del Norte, and San Luis Obispo. But if you're in those other counties, call ahead of time. As long as it's not closed and you remove the gut and all the dark meat, you're good to go. You can clam throughout the year. So, no dark meat here. This is all clam white meat. Delicious. Call the biotoxin information hotline and enjoy your clams. And until next time, keep the old ways alive. Here's your outtakes. Eastern United States, Eastern Seaboard? Is that what it's called? Eastern Seaboard? The Atlantic style. It's an old kind of Italian-inspired stuffed clam bake recipe.
One of the white people clams.
It's one of the white people recipes, yes. Well, that'll be a good outtake. Here.
Oh, I'm stuck. Oh. Ew, it smells.
Bay mud.
Whew.
Yeah. So all that air just went right out of that little hole into your mouth, huh?
Oh,
It's like a bay fart right in the face.
that's so nasty.